Greetings, football lovers. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat. I'm your host, Benton, along with the family. Brethren, Junior, how are you doing, boss?
Well, I'm here and I'm here.
And online we have the wonderful as always. Come on, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
Doing well as DC United get ready for another beating by the great Atlanta United. So I'm surprised you're doing well. Come on, welcome. But football lovers, as usual, we're going to incorporate different opinions. And today we have another opinion. We're going to have this idea of GM for the day, Liverpool man himself, Marco. Marco, how are you doing?
Yes, man, I'm good, I'm here. I'm feeling excellent today.
All right, the man is feeling well. And all the fans of other teams, just bear with us. We're trying to work through this format of getting fans in to be GM for the day. We're not showing any bias to Liverpool, but you know they are European champions, so the champions have to step forward.
They get first dibs.
Yeah. So we'll bring in other fans throughout the course of the year. But football lovers, as usual, we're going to kick the show off this week. We're going to talk about the African Nations Cup final, segue to discuss Liverpool, in-depth discussion on Liverpool, wrap up the show with transfer news, the major transfer news of the week, and hopefully Gareth Bale still have a home. But to kick it off, the African Nations Cup final is officially done, dusted. Algeria is the champions. Your thoughts on the tournament, Marco? Your first year in Ball Chat studio, Ball Chat discussion. Your thoughts on the African Nations Cup?
Well, I think the tournament it started out a little slow and it picked up. The knockout rounds were great, and we saw good football. It was much better than the Copa America, I think. And we had some surprises like Madagascar. I didn't know that Madagascar had a football team. I thought that it was just the Penguins that come from Madagascar. They played very well. And Algeria overall was the better team for the tournament, so they deserve to win.
Yeah. And come on, your thoughts on it. I mean, a lot of us were hoping that Senegal will win this tournament. They fell short in the end. Your thoughts on it? Come on.
I don't know what tournament Marco was watching, because I just think it was the overall quality of AFCON this year, this time around was just poor. It was absolutely poor. I didn't enjoy it. Even the final with Algeria with that one fluke goal, it was just so. It was just. I don't know. And if you listen to the commentator, he was so distraught because it was boring, terrible football. Mahrez was invisible for the entire 90, and for Algeria to score off a deflected goal in like what was it, the second minute or the 8th minute or whatever, it was just poor. I didn't like it. Didn't step it up.
Yes, it was a very park the bus saw the narrative for Algeria. Second title for them. You know, last time they won a title was 29 years ago. So this was a long waiting time for them. Junior, your thoughts overall on the final and the tournament itself?
The final to me tells me why African teams seem to underachieve at major world tournaments, because no way should Algeria had won that game. Mm-hmm. Senegal balled them. I didn't watch the game live. I ended up watching it later on. But Senegal had everything in their favor but a goal. And if I was to tell you that a goal is going to be scored by a guy breaking away on the left wing, cutting back on his right foot, and trying to make a true pass into no man's land, and the ball just seemed to bounce off the defender and loop 80 feet to the air and drop in the goal, you think I'm lying?
Yeah.
It's one of the most comical goals I've ever seen. And the way the guy celebrated the goal is like he thought he scored a World Cup final goal, like the prettiest goal ever. Like, dude, sit down, man.
But finals are usually tense, right? Come on, they're usually nervy encounters. So we're not really shocked, are we, based on the approach taken by Algeria in this final, are you?
No, part the bus.
Yeah.
The bus.
Plus, it's more early.
And, you know, when Jose Mourinho does this, everybody complains. But Algeria pretty much, you know, kind of, because Senegal was going at them, and I thought that Senegal would have equalized. But they actually had a good defensive game. But overall, it just was not good, enjoyable football. Happy that Algeria won, because any outstanding money did ever win, we wouldn't stop here, Liverpool people mouth, but them asleep, everything. So I was kind of glad that Algeria kind of beat them, but it wasn't good football. Let us call a spade a spade.
So, Marco, as a Liverpool fan,
Yeah.
do you think that Sadio Mane let the Senegalese team down? He was essentially, I mean, Koulibaly was missing through suspension for this final. Did you expected more of Sadio to take the lead and carry this team to the African Nations Cup title, or that was too much to ask of him?
Well, honestly, I didn't expect much from him because playing in the English league and then, that's taxing in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then going through the Champions League and then have to leave and within a couple of days or like a week or so have to go to the African nations. Plus the World Cup the year before. It was kind of taxing on his body. So I didn't expect him to do much, Just his presence alone there, that would be good enough for the team, to lift the team. But I didn't expect him to play wonderful football, that he's normally known for.
Yeah.
But so I didn't expect much from him. So
Okay.
that's it.
Junior, you get the final say on this African Nations Cup. Morocco's and Cameroon coaches are out of a job. The great Clarence Seedorf is out after 6 months or so. You see a very heavily present Samuel Eto'o in this tournament. Do you think that was premature of Cameroon and Morocco to get rid of these coaches?
Very premature. I don't know. I don't know if they expect Seedorf to wave a magic wand and automatically turn Cameroon into world beaters. But overall, my final impression is they need more funding. We need to see these games on network TV.
Okay.
I can't see why we have Copa Cup, why we have Gold Cup, why we have Women's World Cup, and we're not seeing the Africa. Why ESPN couldn't even, ESPN 3 or ESPN, why none of those ESPN channels could have carried one of the African games, at least the final?
That is true, good point.
I mean, come on, man.
And the final was Friday, which is a bit curious to me. Friday, at 3 p.m.
Which is not even prime time.
Which is not in prime time. But this game was on Bein TV, and not a lot of people have Bein TV.
But burn out Bein TV.
They burn out Bein TV. Come on, they switched the tournament to the summer this year rather than having it in the winter because of the pressure from the European clubs. Do you think this was a successful switch, or it didn't make a difference in your opinion?
It didn't make a difference, in my opinion. I mean, we still will have the same players.
Okay.
Probably still the same quality. I just think that it was football overload this summer. Was so many things going on that African Cup of Nations did not get the support that it usually gets. It was just put into the middle of so many other things going on. So, I don't think it really made a difference in terms of the quality of play, but I think in terms of the television audience, then it actually, made a difference negatively.
Okay. So that's it. Algeria's champion. We wait for the next edition of the tournament to see who will actually top.
So Man City beat Liverpool one more time.
Man City beat Liverpool one more time, according to. All right. To segue from the meat and potato of the show and the reason why we're here. Marco, Liverpool, the reigning Champions League champions, get ready for six times. Get ready for the EPL season, another year of taxing football. What's your expectations for Liverpool this year? Are you happy with their transfer decision so far? You're the GM. What would you do and what wouldn't you have done so far with this team?
Okay, right now I am not satisfied at all. I'm not satisfied at the movements in the transfer market, right? And I think Liverpool right now, we're sitting on our laurels too much. We're being too sentimental with the signings that the re-signings that we have done. For instance, giving Divock Origi 4 more years on his contract. Like that's just total madness to me. Like whenever Divock already comes on, I don't think Liverpool's level drop. We can all see that. Like he scores vital goals, but the level of play really drops. I think he's better on a mid-table team right now. Let him go, let him play for a mid-table and make his money, and get him playing some good football, some more football, better football. And we haven't signed anybody in of any importance. We signed that 18-year-old kid, but right now we're looking in the market at Nicolas Pepe from Lille. He's an attacking midfielder. We really need that right now. And also, there are rumblings about Marco Asensio from Real Madrid, because right now he's not in favor with the big bad Zidane. For him not in favor with Zidane, he's shipping you out and he does not need you anymore. So we're looking at like a $6-7 million bid for him. So we really need an attacking midfielder right now. So right now I'm really not impressed by what's going on with the club right now. So we need a lot.
Boy, I have to laugh. All right, this is why you're the GM for the day. This is why you're the GM for the day.
Yeah. Want me to tell you what you need?
Yeah, continue. Yeah, you were saying.
Okay. Let me start from the back, from the goalkeeper straight up to the forward. Okay. Right now, the goalkeeper situation. I am not 100% sold on Alisson Becker. A lot of people laugh at me and tell me that I'm too demanding, but I'm not 100% sold on Alisson Becker yet. But he's steady right now. He's what we have, and he's what we're working with. Okay. The back line now, I think that's pretty much sealed off right now. I think Matip is going to start again with Virgil. Gomez has a lot to do to come back. He's not match fit right now, so he has a lot to do to work back himself in the squad. Pretty much right back, we had a little problem with the right back situation during the season. We had to put Milner there one time. We had so many injuries right now, but Klein is back, so I think Klein will play substitute to Trent Arnold. I don't think Trent Arnold will play the whole season on injury. I think he will miss a couple games. So Klein coming back with the off loan is a very good thing. The left back situation right now, we're good with that. Robertson will play the whole season. I'm sure that. Like if you have like 150 games for him to play, he will play 150 games. So I'm not even worried about that side of the field. In the middle of the park now, we really need an attacking midfielder, somebody who can string passes together. We have too much defense in the middle, and too much defense in the middle right now. We need more attacking options right now. So we really need an attacking midfielder, somebody who could release some of the pressure off Firmino, because Firmino has to drop low too much in the midfield to collect the ball. I think if Firmino has more opportunity to stay up and work with the top three, I think he'll play much better. You have to bring the ball from the midfield some of the time, come up to the attack. So if we have an attacking midfielder who can do something like that, maybe Philippe Coutinho is coming back, maybe, I don't know. We could work out something like that. So in the midfield, I think we're pretty good, but as I said, we need more attacking options. We have too much defense in the middle. Up front now, Divock Origi situation really stressing me out, because I really think we should have sold him, because right now he's a good value right now, so we should have just cashed in with him right now and get a nice 60 mil or 50 mil for him. I probably am being too ambitious, but I know a club would have paid that for it right now. And get a better option up front to help Sadio Mane, Salah, and Firmino. So right now that's the situation with my club right now. I'm really not satisfied with what's going on. Maybe because the transfer market is a bit short.
Yeah.
So maybe January we'll see what's up.
But then I have one question to ask you, Mr. GM, because
sure.
You said that you want to get a central attacking midfielder, right?
Yes.
Now, they will. I'm assuming that central attacking midfielder will start with Salah, Firmino, and Mane. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
So you're going to have two midfielders that have defensive responsibilities.
I mean, we can have an attacking midfielder that does do, a bit of tackling too. Remember, we had remember Xabi Alonso.
Yeah, but Xabi Alonso.
We had a player like him. No, I'm not saying him, but if we could scout or find a player in the market like him, I think that could work out fine. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I think that could work.
Very high standards. You know, the man them won the Champions League last year, but come on, Liverpool have won 6 European titles. It's been 29 years, 1989-90 season since Liverpool last won the first division title. They're going into another year without a title, are looking to win a title. Your assessment of their move so far, or lack of movement in the transfer window, come on. Your thoughts on Liverpool so far?
I never know I would say this, but I agree with Marco. I think Klopp is being sentimental. He does not want to release the players who helped him to win the Champions League. So who is supposed to get cut? He's not cutting. And I agree with the Origi assessment. He's a good player, but I don't think he's a good enough player to play all the games that Liverpool need to play and to really bring the club to where Klopp wants to bring the club. Yeah, him score some good goals and some good moments, but he's not a Mane, he's not a Firmino, he's not a Salah. So I agree with that. Get rid of Sturridge we saw that coming. You know, Sturridge did not factor into Klopp's plan. The same thing with Shaqiri. I'm not sure where Shaqiri will factor into Klopp. Is he going to be a super sub? Is he going to be a bench rider? I mean, what is he? Is he going to be the starters for the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup? I mean, so I think if I was Shaqiri, I would go to a mid-table club. I can use him, like a Crystal Palace, like a Everton, like a West Ham, but he's still staying. I mean, we still have 3 more weeks? Maybe
Yes.
Klopp have some things, planned on, because they know he keeps him something them close to his vest. So hopefully they can get 2 more great players, so they can repeat and can actually have a chance of winning the cup this year.
Okay, so Liverpool,
We're still talking about Liverpool, right?
yeah, we're still talking about Liverpool. Liverpool lost a single game last year.
Yeah.
A single game last year and finished second in the EPL.
In a record chase.
In a record chase. I think you guys are quite harsh here.
You guys want by 2 world-class players?
2 world-class players.
Oh my God.
But, so Sadio Mane, Mohamed Salah, and Bobby Firmino scored 63%, or contributed 63% of Liverpool's offense last year. They've played an extensive amount of football going into the summer, Copa, African Nations Cup for both of them. Do you envision, Junior, some sort of heavy legs and tiredness going into the season for those 3 players? And will the Origis of the world and the Rayon Bruces of the world, I suspect he will get some more playing time, be able to fill in that void if those guys are not ready to start?
Can they fill in the void? Yes. Heavy legs, no. I don't think they'll have heavy legs. They might have fatigued minds.
Okay.
They might have a lack of motivation, especially when there's not a lot of competition for any places in the front. In the starting 11 right now, in all fairness, Liverpool's best 11, is there anybody that will compete for with the front 3 right now?
No.
So you just coming off a Champions League win, you're on top of the world right now. Yes, you can be motivated to go and try to win the Premier League, but that's a grind. How motivated would these players be with a lack of competition? That is, I know the hunter is now the hunted. Last year they were hunters. Now they are 100% the hunted. Every game will be seen as let's see how we measure up against the best in Europe.
Okay.
Last year that wasn't the case. what would they be like after a month? Because every game that teams play against them in the Premier League will be that team's best game.
Okay.
So that to me will be the one question mark for them.
And football lovers on Facebook, you can chime in discussion anytime you feel, submit your question in the tagline or discussion line. Marco,
yes.
now for you guys, I presume, I would hope, like the ultimate objective this year is to try to win the EPL. And to that end, would you sacrifice, do you think Liverpool should sacrifice commitment to the Champions League and focus on the EPL with knowing that the depth might be an issue for Liverpool?
Yes. I would sacrifice, if I had the option not to play in the Champions League and focus on the Premier League, it might sound ludicrous, but I would right now. The Premier League is the ultimate prize right now, right? We leave, like, probably Chelsea or Manchester United, we would consider Champions League to be of utmost importance. But right now for Liverpool, we won it 6 times, and that's enough. It's time to focus on the Premier League. And that's one other thing that I'm so upset about Klopp and the whole team for not getting the squad more deep for the Premier League. Because trust me, we really need players. We really need players to come in the Christmas period or right after the Christmas period. Players are really tired.
Mm-hmm.
We need a second squad, because I don't think Virgil will play the whole. I don't think Virgil can go a whole season again playing every Premier League game.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't see it. Players like him, or Salah, or Mane, players are going to get injured. Knock on wood. So we need a deeper squad, and he should have made a lot more moves right after or even scout for the season ahead during last season for players. I don't know why it's so hard to find players right now. Players who want to play the Premier, the Champions League and the Premier League. Players out there want to come in. So we have done a poor job of recruiting so far. And I think the only way we can win this Premier League is if Manchester City underperform. That's the only way.
So one quick question then. Do you think that because of Klopp being lauded as a player's coach, as somebody that the players trust and love, do you think that him having the reputation of being committed to his players, do you think that might be discouraging future signees from coming in, knowing that they will have to get on his quote-unquote good side to supplant his committed players? Because that might be a problem.
Well, that probably could be one of the problems, or probably the club themselves does not have that ambition to win the Premier League, to go really as hard as, like, say, a Manchester City or a Manchester United right now, who are spending some big money. Probably the club just don't want to spend any money right now. They think who they have right now is good enough to win the Premiership, and they don't want to spend any more money. Or probably Klopp himself does not want to break up the cohesiveness of this unit. He thinks that this unit can do it, and bringing in like a big name player right now would just upset the chemistry of the team. Probably that's it. But I think that's the problem right now.
Okay. Come on. What do you think Liverpool needs to do to win this EPL title this year? And do you think they should focus on the EPL rather than and compromise their focus? Compromise shifting away from the Champions League,
Yeah, I think so. They won Champions League last year or last season. I think they want to win the EPL. They want to show that they are, competitive in all the leagues. And winning the EPL would be the cherry on top for them, because we give them so much grief for not winning. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. So I think they will. But Barker is correct again. I mean, they need depth. You have so many games that you have to play. You have to have the players who can go in. And we all know an injury is just one game away. And once your top striker or your top defender or your great midfielder, even your best goalkeeper, get injured, that can also put a spoke in your wheel. So they do need players so they can have maybe a B squad that you can complement with your A squad to continue to compete in the respective league. So Klopp needs to go there to spend some money and get some Champions League money. He can't spend it.
Good Klopp will not. Marco, you got the final say so on the Liverpool. Who would be your ideal player that you think, one player that you think Liverpool should go out and get?
All right now, this guy is a trouble. But I think Dembele from Barcelona.
Usman Dembele.
I think Klopp can curb him. I think Klopp can curb him. And Marco Asensio would really be a good fit right now. I don't know about his defensive capabilities, which would probably offset the midfield, as what Junior said. But I think a player like Marco Asensio would be good right now. I was looking at Gareth Bale, but I don't know. I think he's probably over the hill right now.
You can't afford him.
Liverpool can afford anybody. They're just not willing to spend the money. Liverpool is a big club. They're just not willing to spend the money. That's just the thing.
We will get to Gareth Bale shortly.
Yeah, that's it though. I don't really see a lot of players, but I think they can find somebody. Come on, man. They got the money. They got Champions League money, how much millions of dollars. They can find somebody that can complement the team. Right?
So your ideal player that you think that they will put them over the edge and you would like to see them get is Usman Dembele of Barcelona, who may or not be on his way, maybe on his way out of Barcelona.
Or Marco Asensio.
Marco Asensio. Junior, who do you think Liverpool should go out and get in this transfer market?
I'm going to say, if I was a Liverpool fan,
yes,
I would push very hard for Paul Pogba.
You would push, you know what, jeez, let's move on. Paul Pogba.
No, I think Paul Pogba, it would be the perfect...
No, that is...
He would be the perfect midfielder in a club system.
That's a tinge of bias for Manchester United. Want to get rid of
their
problem child.
No. Whether you are right or not, it's just the fact that that's Manchester United. You could be right after United, man. Talking about that.
No, I agree with you, Marco. I agree. No, that the big... Junior is just trying to cause controversy. Come on, who do you think that Liverpool should go out and get, the ideal player to push them over the edge to try to get this EPL title? I mean, they came, lost by a point last year to Man City. Which player out there you think can really move them to the next level in this title? Hopefully.
They should try and get Neymar. To be serious though, I think if they have the money to spend, they should go and get Mbappe.
Kylian
Mbappe would be the perfect fit for club system, and he would actually do well for Liverpool.
So okay.
All right. Say it here first, Liverpool. Marco, what will you think Liverpool will finish this year? We'll do an official EPL prediction, EPL live show on the night before August 8th, before the EPL season kick off. But Marco, you are the only one who get to predict your team's performance this year. How do you think you guys will finish, knowing what you've known so far?
With all that being said, with my discuss that what's happening in the transfer market with them, I think Liverpool will finish first.
Right.
I think Sergio Aguero is going to. He's on a downward trend right now. I don't think he'll be the player that they need him to be.
Okay.
Leroy Sané is on his way out. I think Bayern Munich will copy him. If Bayern Munich gets Leroy Sané, it's 100% going to be Liverpool's title, because Leroy Sané has always been that nagging nail in their coffin, and I need him to get out of the Premiership and go to Bayern Munich. With that being said, I think Liverpool will finish first, and I think Manchester City will finish second.
All right. So Liverpool fans will do our official EPL prediction on August 8th. So hold the thoughts on the opponents. Just predict your team. All right. So football lovers, transfer news. Big transfer news as usual. Gareth Bale, lack of transfer. Come on. Gareth Bale and Zinedine Zidane, the head coach of Real Madrid, are playing some sort of back and forth in the press. Or Gareth Bale's agent. Your thoughts on this? Come on, and where do you see Gareth Bale ending up at Chelsea? Chelsea can sign any player? Or Manchester United or Tottenham? Where will Gareth Bale
Why put empire in this, boss?
Where will Gareth Bale end up will he move on to a team before the transfer window closes?
I don't want you to call Chelsea name, yeah? just trying to call Chelsea name. But you know, to be honest, I think Gareth Bale will end up back at Spurs. I think he'll go back to Spurs. I think he'll take a pay cut and he'll go back to Spurs. And the whole Zidane thing, this is my thing. Some things can be done in-house. I think at this point now, Zidane is frustrated, upset, and he just wants to embarrass Bale and his agent. And maybe he wants a team out there to know that, listen, we don't need him, come in with an offer, we'll take the offer and you can get him. I think that's what's going on. But this Chinese team wants him. And if he goes to this China team, he'll be the highest player in China. So I don't know why Gareth Bale is hanging on. It's like this girl hanging on to a guy who don't want her. In tell her they don't want her, but she's still a hang on, she's still a cry and whatever.
But
that's the Gareth Bale scenario.
Come on. Unlike a girl hanging on to a guy, the girl in this case is getting paid 17 million a year. Exactly. 600,000 pounds a week to sit down. Why would I leave? Come on.
That's an expensive relationship.
And that's an expensive relationship.
But it's in his contract. They have to pay him. So if Gareth Bale go get 1 year's salary, right? He's going to get 1 year's salary to leave and go to a club where he can command another salary. It's like getting laid off from your old job, but then you roll into a new job. So you come in with your package, right? Your layoff package and your redundancy package, and you get a new paycheck. So my thing is this: Gareth Bale knows that Wales go and call him up regardless. If he slung on him the sofa, play golf as him say, him know them are call him.
Of course.
But why would you stay at a club but don't want you? If Zidane is very spiteful, I can see Zidane letting this man train with his youth, the U23, or the Real Madrid B squad, or Real Madrid women's squad, and just need him to train. Why would you subject yourself to all of this now? Zidane them don't want you. Real Madrid them don't want you. So move on. Tottenham is going to get this man at a reduced price. Watch it.
Well, come on. The answer to your question of why. I'm big up Heraldo. Heraldo is saying that Bale to Spurs would make them a real title contender. True.
I agree.
But which Bale? But that's a whole other question.
I agree.
But to answer your question of why come on, if I was to look at you and say, come on, you're going to pick up trash every day for 10 cents a week, you will look at me and probably slap me in my face. But if I look at you and say, come on, you're going to put your hand in the nastiest trash ever for $100,000 a week, you will gladly sign up for it. That is why Bale will get paid to be fit and run around under 23 players.
Marco,
yeah.
600,000 pounds a week.
600,000.
600,000 pounds a week. What is the incentive for Gareth Bale to take a pay cut and leave? Your thoughts on this? Do you see him ending up going up anywhere?
No incentive. Listen to me. You are sitting on a bench, right? Mm-hmm. You're still getting your endorsement deals and you're sitting on Real Madrid bench and you're getting that amount of money for a week. I don't care what the coach has to say about me. I don't care what my players have to say about me that I don't want to learn Spanish and I don't want to go out to them at night time. Listen, I would stay in Spain for the rest of my life for that money.
It's only 3 more years.
I'm not 3 more years, I'm not leaving.
But hold on, but how much longer is his contract? They have to pay him.
We don't know. We don't know the contract, so probably we can't release him without him deciding that he wants to go. Probably.
Yeah, but you have to pay me. So this is the thing. They want to get rid of me. They want to free up the space, right?
Yes.
You pay me my money and I will go. You pay me whatever, and then he can go. Listen, Gareth Bale is a competitor. Sometimes it look like say him no want up on the pitch, but it's not every footballer wants to sit on the bench and don't compete. You have players out there who want the chance to compete, and I think that he wants to compete.
Well,
I think he wants to compete.
Come on, Gareth Bale has been allegedly, a statement has been accredited or given to him is that he rather play golf and collect his money. So I don't know about competition. Junior, your thoughts? Should Gareth Bale take his money somewhere else, take his game somewhere else?
Yes, if he's a competitor, he should.
He should.
But as a businessman, no, you're getting paid to do nothing. I understand, but as you spend all these years trying to become a professional footballer just to sit down, and it doesn't fit the profile of what a professional footballer is.
Yes.
So it's a bad look.
And the opposite point in this dialogue is, if I am a team that's interested in Gareth Bale, like a Spurs or whoever is rumored to be interested in him, why would I run in with a bag of money for him? I mean, this relationship is ruined. I will wait it out because I'm not going to give him a bag of money for him.
But then you're investing in potential versus risk, and the risk versus potential argument now.
But you get him cheaper.
But all this is Gareth Bale.
That's true.
If him contract is 3 years from now, and 3 years from now, all will he be? Remember, you have this player who not playing a competitive ball, train all willy-nilly, still on the bench or in a distance. Why would I come in with some money to bring this player to my club? How fit is he going to be? You know, how can he help my team to move forward if no other team out there wants, well, I'm not going to say no other team. If this team, this one of the biggest teams in the world, don't want him, so why would you come in and spend money? If his contract runs out, nobody is going to come in and offer Gareth Bale all the money when he's making now, or when think he should make.
Yeah.
For me, I just think Gareth Bale has made so much money. I just think Gareth Bale is being greedy, but guess what? Him can get him money anyhow him want to get him money. He's still getting endorsement, instead of endorsement deals, and he has plenty of money. Don't stay where you're not needed. For Zidane to come out and be so disrespectful to him, can you imagine the man life is going to be so miserable?
That is true. But Spurs, if you're listening, Daniel Levy and company, the last night of the transfer window, just offer him $150,000 salary and see if you can get him at the last minute, because that's the only way he's gonna move. Next transfer news, big news this week. Juventus signed Dillit. I'm pronouncing this name correctly.
Yeah.
Dillit. Marco, quick thoughts on that as we wrap up, as I'm getting the signal from Junior to wrap up the show. But your thoughts on that transfer?
Listen to me. Juventus is going to be a beast of a side with this signing. This young man listen to me. I watched this guy play in the Nations League or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I know it's not the most prestigious league, but he plays like he's 27, 25 years old.
Yeah.
And going to Juventus now with all those experienced defenders, I think he will be a marvelous player this season. I heard that Manchester United was in the market to sign him. You know, I don't know what happened if the transfer talks broke down or anything, but you know, Juventus got his signature. I think Juventus this will elevate Juventus as being one of the top sides in Europe right now. Yeah. Probably second to Barcelona as favorites to win the Champions League right now. So I think it was a great signing.
All right. Football lovers, we're pushing up against the clock. Thank you, Marco, for joining us today for GM of the Day, being Liverpool's fan and being Liverpool GM for the day. Football lovers, link us on social media. Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat Podcast on Instagram, Ball Chat Podcast on Facebook. And we're not a live Facebook Live. You love Facebook Live, some Bridget.
And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Next week, we're going to be on both, right?
Ball Chat Podcast on Facebook. Big up to the family on Facebook. Thank you guys for chiming in. And ladies for chiming in.
Liverpool forever, man. Liverpool. YNWA.
You see, the Liverpool fans have no manners. Ball chat followers, big up the Chelsea family.
Yeah, big up Chelsea.
Why come on, they treat you like a stepchild?
So now clean up my side, you know.
Ball chat next week again.
Come on, look at work. Marco, respect.
I'll later.
Come on, respect.
I respect.
Respect, Marco, respect.
Yeah, man.
All right.